Good morning. It's been a wild morning already. It is Thursday, May 25th. I'm Tim Ryan.
And I'm Lauren Prisbilla. A police chase through several cities ended in a fiery crash. One man is believed to be dead. Police started chasing this SUV with a man and woman and 2 children inside. At some point, the woman was shot 3 times. She eventually escaped from the RV. The chase then went from Rockwall County into Dallas County. It ended in Arlington.
The RV finally stopped with its tires flattened on Interstate 30 in Arlington and caught fire. Burned to the ground. The 2 children got out. They are safe. It is not yet clear how they got out, but shortly after that fire began, a gunshot. We believe the driver is dead. Police say he is the father of the children, and the woman he shot and who later escaped the RV is their mother. Been following the chase and the dramatic end to it since our news began at 4:30.
Fox 4's Shannon Murray is live at the scene where it all ended in Arlington with the very latest. Shannon?
Right, Lauren, and thankfully firefighters put those flames out very quickly. The westbound lanes here are still closed over on that side. You can still see quite a bit of activity there with the ambulances and fire trucks there. Eastbound traffic is slowly moving through as there's quite a bit of cleanup left to do here with that RV still on the roadway and quite a bit of debris as well. And this started in Rockwall around 2 a.m. this morning. Police say the man shot a woman 2 to 3 times, then took off in the RV with the 2 small children, believed to be 1 and 3 years old. She escaped the RV, then called police. The woman, who's possibly the girlfriend or wife of the man, told police he was suicidal and had the children. The man led police on a slow-speed chase on I-30 westbound through Dallas, Grand Prairie, and then here into Arlington. Police used spike strips to puncture his tires. Eventually, he drove on just the rims of the RV, and police saw sparks flying and smoke. That's when the RV came to a stop and caught fire between Fielder and Cooper on I-30 in Arlington. Police pulled those children out of the RV. They're believed to be safe and in the ambulance. We do not know the condition of the man, but we did hear a gunshot at one point in time, and it is believed he may have committed suicide. We do not know the condition of the woman who was shot, only that she was able to speak with police and give them information, and she was taken to the hospital. Reporting live in Arlington, Shannon Murray on Good Day.
Thank you, Shannon. Well, during that chase, a man claiming to be the driver called our newsroom.
He admitted shooting the woman in the RV, and Fox 4's Saul Garza is live at Baylor Medical Center in Dallas, where that woman is being treated. Saul?
She is being treated here, but her condition not being released just yet. She was, however, was able to, we're told, somehow escape from that RV, and she was able to provide police, was able to talk with police, tell them about what happened. During the middle of the chase, as you mentioned, with police on his tail, the suspect called our newsroom saying that he wanted to tell his side of the story. He admitted to our executive producer that he shot who he called his girlfriend of 5 years several times, and that he did it out of revenge. He said that his girlfriend showed up to his work last night, got into some sort of confrontation, that she got in his face, was pointing her finger at him, tried to get him fired, he claims. He wasn't clear where he shot her, at work or home or what, but he said that, you know, they had been involved in prior domestic incidents in the past. He was all over the place, mentioning that at one point in the past that she drugged him. Take a listen to part of that call.
I mean, she tried to kill herself, she tried to kill me, and she pretty much did kill herself. Like I said, I shot her once in the leg, I shot her twice. Once in one leg, one in the other leg, one in the back.
Now, our executive producer tried to get him to stop. He obviously didn't. He said that he was not going anywhere in particular, just driving west on I-30. Said he, at that point, had about a quarter tank of gas. He mentioned his 1-year-old and 4-year-old boys. They were with him. He said they were fine. When asked if they had witnessed the shooting, he didn't say anything. Either he hung up or the phone got disconnected, as you could tell from that conversation, that phone call, that the quality of that call was not that great. It was going in and out. out. And in fact, we had to call him back. We also alerted police and letting them know that he had contacted us and wanted again to tell his side of the story. And again, we provided police with his information, with his phone number as well. And that is the latest here in Dallas. Saul Garza for Good Day.
Thank you, Saul.
All right, 6:05 right now. We are still having an impact on traffic on a very busy freeway, Interstate 30, right near the stadiums in Arlington.
Yep, still shut down. Just wanted to update this. Remember, there were 2 kids that were in that RV that were taken out right before it caught fire. The 2 children are in that hospital, in that ambulance, and they're going right into the hospital right now along the intersections of Cooper and Randall Mill. There's been obviously an escort to get them over to the hospital, and again, they're not moving at a quick pace, which is a good thing. That means that the children are likely in good condition. But yes, I-30 is still closed. Let's